What's good, everybody? It's the GOAT Aaron Brown. And before this video starts, be sure to follow me on Instagram. It's linked down below in the description, as well as subscribe to my channel. And if you like the videos that I make, hit the thanks button right above the comment section. So here we'll be talking about the 100-meter first round preliminary heats at the Olympics that just took place. And let's just say they didn't disappoint. People had to live up to what they were talking. And we're just curious to see how certain people looks, because some people haven't ran in a minute. Then they also say some people can't execute because the stage is too big. But the meat was popped off with the first heat with Keishane Thompson, the world leader of Jamaica. And let's just say, bro literally shut the race down at like 45 or 50 meters and still ran 9.99 or 10 flat. He looked super powerful. His transition was really, really good. And he was using no effort at all. I was like, nah, his strength is actually crazy, like no glaze. So Jamaica, I'm going to have to say, I think Keishane is ready. Despite all the pressure they say that he may have on him, his execution didn't reflect that. Then you had Oblique Seville in another heat. He won his heat pretty comfortably. Transitioned really well. Top end was there. Chilled through the line. Was literally cruising, and he looks pretty good. So like the two Jamaicans in those heats, and then they had a King Blake as well. King Blake got off the blocks really good. Didn't transition as good, so it kind of affected his finish, but he got through pretty easily, so it wasn't nothing. So all the three Jamaicans who went out there looked really good as a whole. As expected, though, they came in with pretty fast times, but execution-wise, they looked pretty good. Great Britain as a whole, they didn't look good. The only person that looks decent from Great Britain was Louis. He was in the heat with Noah. Seeing how that went, Noah was glued to the blocks per usual. You know, he usually talks a big game, but seems like the stage was pretty big today when it was time to bag it up. And not to say that he won't come back and redeem himself in the next few rounds, but today wasn't really a really good showing of Noah and what he's talking that he's capable of doing. It seemed that his mouth ran faster than his legs today. I'll just say that. Then the next American out there was Kenny Benerick. Kenny Benerick looked super smooth. He ran 9.97. His whole race, all his race phases were pretty decent. It's crazy because I looked at the predictions. I haven't seen a single person predicted Kenny nowhere near getting the medal. But after the showing today, he looks really good. We're going to see how the heats stack up tomorrow with the semis. Then the last heat was the American Fred Kerley. Fred, he looked really good as well. Pretty decent block start, transition really well, and closed really good using minimal effort. Won the heat, was in the heat with guys like Lasile Tabogo, who looked really good as well. And people going to overlook him because he didn't win the heat, but you seen him shut it down when he knew he was in like a great contention spot. And I think Tabogo, he has something up his sleeve, and he's going to shock a lot of people. Because how easy he's been running all year, but he's shown early in the year that he's ready to move. And he showed up with a bald head. And people usually buzz their hair off. They usually have something up their sleeve. And Andre de Grasse, he was in the heat with Kenny Benerick. And Andre, I must say, he looked pretty Andre-ish at championships. Everybody knows when Andre comes to championships, he progressively get faster through the rounds, look way more decent than he looked all year, and then just somehow comes up big in the final. So now that I see that Andre is healthy, and he also dropped one of his fastest times of the year, he seems to be right on schedule to do what he usually does at championship meets, especially the Olympics. This is Andre's third Olympics. You got to think about it. His first few Olympics, he was running with Usain Bolt and Tyson Gay, Justin Gatlin, Johan Blake, and he still has managed to medal in every single Olympics in the 100 and the 200, despite however many fast people showed up and people had these fast times and used to be world record holders. He's managed to get on every single Olympic podium and every single time he showed up to the Olympics. So he seems to be right on schedule to take somebody's medal in that 100 and the 200. Now, me personally, I don't have Andre getting a medal in the 100. I'm not sure if anyone does, but that 200, the way he's looking in the 100, especially the way he closed, All I'm gonna say is you'll be a fool to count Andre the Grasse out in that too, especially being the defending Olympic champion. When the last Olympics, he showed up with a 19.9 high PR, or season's best, and ran 19.62 into a negative headwind for the win. Gamer. Then in another heat, we had the defending Olympic champion Marcel Jacobs. He looked It's either he like mismanaged, really saving energy, or he just looked hurt, in my opinion. But you never really know. And we're not going to really know until the semis. That's going to really tell us all we need to know about Marcel Jacobs. But I mean, I've seen him dancing and rapping in a warm-up area before the meet, or like when he was warming up before the race. So he was in good spirits, and he seemed like he's probably not injured. So he may be ready to turn some heads. We going to see, though. I'm not sure. I can't really be 100% sure about Marcel Jacobs. But yeah, definitely the Jamaicans looked really good today. The Americans looked really good besides Noah Lyles. He just got to start letting his legs do the talking for the rest of these rounds and stop running his damn mouth. Because honestly, out of the three Americans, he looked the worst. I'll say with Fred and Kenny, it looked damn near dead even on who looked the best. I'll say it was definitely a tie. Oblique Seville looked really good, was chilling, didn't have to use too much energy, just cruised through the round. So it's setting up for an interesting semifinals. So I'll get back with y'all like later on today with these semifinal heats, and we'll talk about that. But y'all let me know what y'all think about these first rounds down below in the comments, and be sure to subscribe as well.